Assalamu alaikum and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so very much to all of you who have taken out the time. I do hear a lot of pessimism from what is being said, but I think the people in the room is the testament that we are looking at a point in history which is going to redefine the ADR space in Pakistan. So I will begin with, first of all, a small clarification. Uh, I have been informed about 4 days back, 5 days back, a center has changed its name to ICDAR, which is almost the same name as ICADRIP. They say imitation is the best form of flattery. We will be issuing a formal clarification in this regard. But coming back to the topic, I bring to you an international perspective. I have traveled to many countries. I have looked at how at least 120 jurisdictions have gone about setting up ADR systems. And I am right now ICADRIP. I am the CEO of ICADRIP. And this is the only center of its kind in terms of its international reach and international offerings. So in Islamabad, there are 3 centers. One is, as was mentioned by Naveen, one is Mekaider, one is set up by an advocate, Adil Anwar, Mr. Adil, and then there is the third one that is being, that is our center, ICADRIP. Now, the center was set up as a flagship project, right, to bring to Pakistan the best standards, and you might be amazed to hear that 40 years back, when US started the organization, it was a private organization called JAMS, Judicial Arbitration Mediation Systems. When JAMS was started in the US, it was started by 3 judges. And to begin with, they tell us that they had absolutely no cases. The judges would sit in their room all day long waiting for cases. And right now, JAMS, in the last 40 years, they do about 26,000 arbitrations and mediations a year. So when we created the center, the idea was we bring the best practices from the world, and all the people on the board of advisors are the founders of JAMS in US. And we are privileged to have on our board of advisors Justice Tasadduq Jalani. What we have seen in the past years, there has been an incredible effort to push ADR in the right direction, but what I am seeing from the last 3 years when ICADRIP was incorporated, I do feel we are standing at the tipping point. And at this stage, the like-minded people who are pushing things in the right direction, if they keep at it a bit longer, I do feel that this will be the tipping point in the history of Pakistan. ICADRIP was created with the objective to increase access to justice and to provide a parallel system of institutionalized ADR in Pakistan, that is arbitrations and mediations. In China, for instance, ad hoc arbitrations is not even permitted. In Pakistan, people have lost their trust over many years on the ADR system. For an exit case that I was working on, I had to research the statistics. And you would be stunned to find that high-value cases, ad hoc arbitrations under the 1940 Act, take approximately somewhere between 25 to 40 years from start to finish. In 25 to 40 years, any business would be killed. Amongst others that we have been talking to, the business community has a very acute sense what it means for the money to be trapped into disputes. And for that money to be trapped for 25 to 40 years would kill any business. So what we are doing is we founded this center with on the board of advisors the best people. The patron-in-chief is Judge Charles Brower. He is a giant in the field of investment arbitrations and international law. And we are providing a full range of services. And we are in the process of helping the government with these reforms. So we are providing facilities not only for dispute resolution, but for dispute prevention. We are providing arbitration services, consultancy services, and in addition to that, we are providing training because ADR, like any other system, would have to be nurtured. It is in its infancy. People would have to create capacity. That is where we are putting in a lot of effort. Now the center has become a certified mediation training provider for International Mediation Institute. So we can provide accredited trainings for mediation. We have, again, international collaborations with Pepperdine University, George Washington, American University, Edwards Academy, and the leading institutes in the world to provide these trainings not only to the judges or the lawyers, but to the business community and to the private sector, because all of us will have to work together in order to reduce the burden of the courts and to provide for ourselves an effective mechanism for resolving these disputes. And in US, for instance, about 85% of the disputes now, this was not the case 40 years ago, but in US, 85% of the disputes are resolved through a means of ADR, and only 15% now goes to the court. With all the champion judges and all the people in this room working towards ADR, I see no reason why in another 10, 15 years, the landscape in Pakistan is going to change drastically. The center has also created collaborations with key centers in China. We are finalizing the MOU with organizations like CTAC. We have collaborations with Belt and Road International Mediation Center in Beijing for transparency and promoting the education and the availability of arbitration cases and mediation precedents. We have signed a MOU with Just Mandi, which is a leading platform. So all these efforts are in the direction to help those who are working towards promoting ADR, to bring them together on one platform and providing a more effective dispute resolution for the citizens of Pakistan and for the investors not only in Pakistan, but for investors outside Pakistan. Thank you.